RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for this afternoon, Pat Scorpion, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Oh, what it do? Bud Crawford finally got a big fight. I mean, my name is LB, Lauderdale Boss, aka the Soul Wars creator, Shuttleworth the God, the GOAT artist, uppercut season in the building. You know what it is? RingGangRadio.com. Yes, sir. Shout out to Loki Boxing.
Yes. In the building, man, you know. Yes, sir, man. Ring Gang forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
You know what it is. You already know who your boy is. It's your boy King P, Bodega Boxing in the building. You know what I'm saying? It's a rainy day, but you know, Ring Gang always keep it sunny. So Ring Gang in the building. Let's go.
Yeah, of course, you know, King P, Bodega P. He's not in the sewers today. You know, you above ground, you doing your thing. Is that correct?
Unfortunately, watching the rain come down. It's one of those days. Ugh.
Yes, and I know football's probably pissing you off too as well in different ways.
Yeah, so whatever.
That's what you get being a football
rainy
fan.
days. That's really how I'm feeling. The Mary J. Blige song. Please, Ring Gang, let's shine on us. Shine.
Yeah, and then you have Ja Rule singing like the Cookie Monster. Rainy days. But as always though, we definitely salute you for your service. You know, you do keep our city safe during the week from all the miscreants and reprobates, and especially the fucking rats. You know, 'cause we don't fuck with no rats here. Kill all rats, death to all rats. And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's up? It's your Conscious Pilot, aka the West Coast Avenger. Number one contender, prepare for liftoff. Let's get it, man. Ring Gang Radio.
Yes, sir. Conscious Pilot, stay elevated above the clouds. It's good. You know, we have him on there. You know, and yeah, he definitely got to set us off, man. So yeah, our first topic of the day is previewing Crawford versus Porter, as LB so eloquently stated. You know, Bud finally got himself
7 years in the making.
Yeah, 7 years.
Shout outs to Rome for asking me that time when we was clocking out of work. Have you heard of this Terence Crawford guy? I seen a World Star video, man. And I eloquently replied, "Oh, that nigga, he ain't fight nobody." Whoa, this fight is for you. Shout out to Rome Top 5. This fight is for you. Finally. I know you asked me this back in like 2017.
Yeah, that must be around the time he must be talking about the baby mom video where the baby mom and the side chick was thumping in the parking lot.
It was like a World Star highlight of Terence Crawford, a fight he had. I think back then.
Word. Okay. It's part of the game.
Yeah, it was him. Like, he knew the ass. Like, he was like, "Yo, this is Terence Crawford, nigga. Like, is he good?" I'm like, "Yeah, but he ain't fight nobody."
Right, it was a highlight video in 2017 of a one fight or just several fights.
I can't remember. It was several, because I remember seeing it on World Star, and I was like, "Damn."
Because at that time he was fighting Felix Diaz.
Yeah.
Maybe I know it had to be around 2017.
Yeah, that was either the dying days of 135 for him or 140 for sure. You know.
Yeah, either starting 140.
He was at 140 by then, by 2007.
So yeah, it was probably from then. Yeah, so definitely, because I remember. I think they showed a James Toney highlight video too, and he asked me about that. I was like, "Oh, James Toney, now that nigga's the truth, yeah, that's all time great. That's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, that's that nigga." Like, okay, he said, "Oh, okay." Like, he already knew the difference from just me speaking. So shout out to that dude. He finally getting the fight I've been talking to him about.
Yeah, I know. Like I say, we've had many a conversation both on air and off it about, you know, Crawford, you know, various viewpoints that he holds.
Shout outs to Joshua O. Like, when you hear this and you already know it's time. I know you've been waiting for this. And R.I.P. my nigga Luigi, who was a big Shawn Porter fan. It's sad that he's not here with us no more. Cause I know he would have loved to see this fucking fight with Terence Crawford. So
salute Luigi, man. Salute him.
So I just hate to see when motherfuckers finally step up and they fans, niggas done died waiting for these motherfuckers to fight. So but it's here.
It's here, man, and it's definitely this fight will answer a lot of different questions. Is PBC 147 really just a myth? Is Crawford really what it says he is? It's a lot of different things. And finally, it's the first little break in the armor of PBC and Top Rank participating to make a fight that needed to happen actually happen. Especially involving a WBO. Especially the WBO.
Oh no, didn't we get that twice? We already got that with Wilder Fury, ain't it?
Well, that's a little different too. Like heavyweights, it's division. It all depends on the division. Heavyweights have no choice. These niggas need to actually, they realize they have a little bit more power to be on that bullshit. But definitely. Crawford Porter, man. So, Pilot, I know you want to talk about this, so I'm gonna let you set up this conversation, man. What do you think about?
Shout out to Pilot. I want to hear this. I'm gonna sit back.
Well, man, putting the pressure on me. I just know it's gonna be a banger, man. Like this, hopefully on paper, this looks like fight of the year. I mean, Shawn Porter never gives he always can give 100% out. He's gonna go, balls to the wall. He's, and I'm a huge fan of Terence Crawford. So I mean, it's just the clash of styles. I think all of us thought, I don't know, me personally, I thought, Porter was a little eyesore to watch back in the day, but he's really, gained my respect over this past few,
Oh, you wasn't the only one. I
know. But no, I mean, he's, what he did, how he beat Danny Garcia was just fucking made me a fan. I mean,
I predicted that one.
I didn't see the way he was outboxing them inside and out, and just, yeah, that right there. But and that he just showed layers that he's not just a fucking caveman fighter. That's so that's what really makes the fight really fucking intriguing because he is a versatile fighter. I mean, he's
him knocking out Paulie's made me a fan.
Yeah. Definitely. The fire for me, he had the firefight. So obviously with Spence and
and Thurman. And,
yeah. So I mean, he'll bring it. So.
We was there for that. Me and Pat was there for that.
Sure, we were there.
So we're gonna see. I mean, we're gonna see if Bud truly who we say he is, or if he's a fraud. I mean, honestly, I'm not a fraud, but I mean, if he's really that nigga, or is he just a nigga? You know what I'm saying?
We gotta see if he's a nigga or the nigga or that nigga.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, you always gotta put your little, got the pronoun in front of that shit.
He, they, them. No, fuck.
No, we won't go to that. That's
no. I just know this is gonna be on paper. This is the biggest fight of the year for me to watch. I mean, for the rest of the year, no doubt.
Oh, it's definitely a big fight. And then, as I mentioned before, I was not a Porter fan. Like, I used to watch dude come up on Showbox and Friday nights on ESPN, and I couldn't stand. I was like, how is this dude actually a fighter? Like, this dude used to fight so struggle to me. I was like, what the fuck is going on? He has improved, but he still has aspects of his style that I just can't fuck with. But I can't. But dude is strong and determined. He's probably the physically strongest welterweight in the division today. Like, dude has football player strength. And I saw the pictures of both of them. Like, both of them look like they're in peak edition. Like, Porter looks like he got chiseled out of granite. So does fucking Crawford. So I know them niggas is like they ready to go to war over this shit. But I mean, Crawford was a slow burn for me because I remember the first time I saw him, it was on the undercard of fucking Rios Alvarado 2. And he won, but it was just like, he's cool, whatever, that's what it is, and because I was just because I just wanted to see a bloody fight between Rios and Alvarado. This is part of the reason why I was kind of dismissive of him at that time, and I wasn't disappointed at that one, but over time, like I said, Crawford has passed the eye test a long time ago. I mean, Crawford is mean. Like, Crawford is one of the few fighters today that fights mean. Like, dude has, dude, he can. First of all, he can. When he switches stances, he's not struggle like most of these fighters try to do. Most of these fighters try to switch stances and don't know what the fuck they're doing in the other stance. Crawford does this shit skillfully, and he's mean. He has a killer instinct. He has a punch. He has a lot of different things. But always the thing is, He just didn't have the opponents. Even though, yes, he's won belts in 3 divisions. He's undisputed in 1 of them, lineal in 2 of them. Like he's the most accomplished American fighter today. But unfortunately, like I said, people don't give him his respect like that because, he doesn't have like the marquee names on there, and it didn't help.
Yeah, and I think he's knocked out everybody since he's been at welterweight. Like literally, I mean, I know.
Yeah, he hasn't gone a distance in quite a while too. I mean, it was actually, when was the last time he actually did go the distance? Postol. Yeah, Postol was the last time he actually went the distance. Yeah. That was, and of course, people have different views on that particular fight too. But he was the only one that didn't struggle with Postol either. So, so that's the case. But yeah, so I'm definitely excited about this fight too because I want this to be the coronation stage for not only for this, but also to for Crawford and Spence. If he comes back, for that fight to actually be a reality in 2022, for sure. P, what about you, bro? What are your thoughts?
I love it. I love this fight. I love it. I love it. I love it. Can't say it enough. We've been waiting for these moments. We've been waiting for moments like this, for the welterweight division to move forward with Bud Crawford's name attached. So. Yes, sir. I'm ready. My body is ready. My mind is ready. I'm ready for this. It's going to be a fun fight. It's going to be a fire fight. Saying who knows? We don't know if somebody's going to go to sleep. We already saw Porter go to sleep on a top ranked card.
Yeah, he did.
Hopefully he doesn't go to sleep in the ring like that.
Top rank, be having them hot cameras they don't give a fuck. Like they be airing some shit that don't need to be aired. Yeah. We had this dude laid the fuck out on the chair, like sitting there. And this dude actually had the nerve to come to wipe his mouth and then have a Kool-Aid smile on his face. So like he was funny.
So I mean, it's good, but it's going to be an interesting fight. I want to see how Bud deals with the strength of Porter because Bud is thing is I don't know, he might not be as physically as strong as Porter, but Bud is physically strong himself, and you can tell he's physically strong. Like he was a wrestler coming up. Like he wrestled. If you're a wrestler, you fucking know how to fucking use your body and strength. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Bud deals with Porter coming in. If he even tries to clinch him, throw him out. It's gonna be interesting to see how he deals with that, and then see Porter deal with the counters coming in because he's gonna come in and head down. He's gonna come in looking for some stuff, especially that overhand right. So I don't think either of them want this to go the distance, and I've heard Porter kind of say that he's trained as if he doesn't want this to go the distance. So this should be a fun ass fight.
Yeah, I mean, Porter is an average puncher. I mean, he can punch when he needs to, but he's not crazy puncher. Like he doesn't have a whole lot of high level knockouts like that.
Stunned Spence though. He stunned Spence a couple of times. Yeah, so it's not like he doesn't have some power.
Yeah, and that was the whole reason I raised the eyebrow at Spence because I thought Spence would actually put Porter away, but instead, this dude made Spence's eyes look like fucking jackpots and shit. Like every time he was getting lit up, like way too many times. Oh yeah, shout out to Henny God. It's the best boxing podcast on YouTube. Say that again for the audience. Yes, sir.
My dog. Yeah.
Yeah, we like I said, but we keep it all real. Like there's no bullshit with us, man. You hear all
Henny God. What up?
Respect Henny God as always.
Facts in the comments.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, like trust me. Like we real recognize real. So that's all you gotta say, man. That's all we want to do, man. We just give you entertaining, outtakes, views, opinions, facts. So that's all we know how to do.
Real shit.
Oh man. So LB, man. Last but certainly not least, bro. Your thoughts about this fight?
Oh man. About fucking time. It's about fucking time. Been waiting for this. So as far as the matchup, I hate that they gave us the reverse Crawford undercard. Usually his undercards are some of the best in boxing, but they said, look, we giving you a great fight, fuck the undercard, but we'll have the pre undercard better now. But like whatever that means. But I think Adam Lopez and Dog Bay got fights on there where they're matched up good.
Yeah, like let's put it this way. See, the main undercard has these 3 fights. It has Raymond Maratala versus Elias Araujo, which is a prospect fight. Okay, 8 rounds. Cool. Then you got Kazakhstan versus Hassan Ndam, which really shouldn't be on the pay-per-view. Kazakhstan, cool, because he's a contender. Ndam has seen better days. But
he might end up putting on a decent performance. So that one's a kind of a iffy. Like, I mean, after Kiko Martinez, I ain't even doubting guys no more.
Word. And Ndam, for all of his faults, I mean, he actually does have a punch. If you're not careful with that dude, he can knock you out with one punch.
And boxing skills, if you ask Kid Chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, man. So yeah, you gotta be very careful. And then the co-main is Falco versus Patrice Volney, because this will be the eliminator to see who's gonna be Triple G's next mandatory. And I don't mind that fight being on there, but it shouldn't be a co-main. It should be a bigger fight especially two fighters that most even hardcores have never seen before. I've only seen Falco fight. I've never seen Volney fight ever.
And Falco's actually decent. Like he's actually nice with it.
He's actually, he is decent though, but it's just like it could have been placed better. It could have even been on the prelim actually. And then, as LB alluded to, the prelim actually has the firefights, with Isaac Dogbank, Chris Diaz, and then a rematch between Adam Lopez and Don Ochoa. Like that, that Lopez Ochoa fight was a fucking fight of the year, the first one. Yeah. So
I don't know what he was doing over there. Like, I guess honestly, I almost feel like they didn't want no one to outshine the Crawford Porter fight, which sucks because some people they live busy days and they might not get a chance to start watching boxing at 7:00 to see the undercard, the super undercard.
Right.
So it would have been nice if they kind of bumped everybody up.
Right. I mean, obviously the way that could probably happen is, of course, we have a couple of COVID incidents or whatever you want, or some drug incidents, or people just want to get out of their fight. But hey, it's on there at least still. But yeah, this is just one of those places where you just, you just wish they were the main on the main undercard too, because that shit would have been like, okay, they're not fucking around with this review undercard, but. I guess they were looking for, like, we're gonna have some firefights on our card, so we want you guys to actually pay for this damn pay-per-view, which is on ESPN Plus. It's for, if you have ESPN Plus, it's on there, but for pay-per-view, you have to have ESPN Plus in order to order it. I don't understand how it operates and why it works like that.
That is fucking ridiculous, by the way. That is ridiculous. Like,
yeah,
you need to make it as accessible as possible. Like.
Yeah, but I also got enlightened too, because I was on the media call with Crawford the other day, and Bob alluded to the reason why he's doing this because he saw how UFC was utilizing ESPN Plus, which they basically UFC does the pay-per-views through ESPN Plus. You got to order that shit if you have the sub, So he's like, yeah. So this is like a test to see how this actually goes, to see how they move forward.
Oh, so that's why he put all the better fights on that?
Bingo. So, yeah.
But they've been misplaced with that shit for years now. It's like, I don't know what these motherfuckers is doing.
Yeah, that ESPN Plus has not gotten off the ground.
Yeah. Because when you expect a good fight on there, it's a trash fight. When you expect a trash fight, they have a good fight. So now they're specifically saying, look, we're going to have good fights on here. And it's like, dude, no one want to start watching boxing at 7:00 and to see the main event at damn 12.
Yeah, I have ESPN Plus, and then the only reason ESPN Plus is still strong is because their shoulder programming is off the chain for it, which which overshadows the boxing component of it. That's the only reason why, and like I say, and that's probably the reason why I actually have it. It's like not even really the boxing. I kept it because I like the quality of the stream that I got. But the shoulder programming is a lot better than what they do for boxing. Then I'm just being real. But yeah, I think Top Rank is trying to create some sort of plan. Oh, with ESPN Plus and their pay-per-views going forward, because they don't hold a lot of pay-per-views. Top Rank, I think they want to. This is like
they don't need to. Like, what fight have they brought to the table that's been a pay-per-view fight, excluding Fury Wilder?
Well, nigga, I'm pretty sure when Teofimo was done fucking around with Matchroom and all this other stuff, he's gonna be on that pay-per-view shit. So I mean, that's probably one.
Okay, it either gotta be Teofimo versus Tank, or let me see,
or Haney for all the belts at least.
Yeah, even then that doesn't sound like a damn pay-per-view fight. Like, Tank is the only fight for Teofimo that's pay-per-view for me, and I think that does a mill. Like, if they fucking promote it and do what they're supposed to do. Like,
yeah, because they're gonna be having two young cats in the urban market. Both of them say nigga on camera. Yeah, of course.
Like, Devin Haney, I feel like that's just a regular fight. Like, if you're gonna give me, if Lomachenko Teo was on regular ESPN, then the guy who got the Loma's leftover belt or whatnot, yeah, you can't fight him and tell me it's pay-per-view.
Don't worry, LB will change his tune after he watched Jojo Diaz.
And that's not a walk in the park for Haney. Sure, I think Haney beats Jojo.
Man, and we'll definitely go into more detail about that as that fight approaches.
Damn, ain't no motherfucker gonna shame me into being a Jojo Diaz fan. Like, he's been damn playing cleanup man for the whole fucking division. Anytime motherfuckers can't make a fight, who's in there to damn say, you know what, I got this, hold my beer. Fuck out of here.
I'm not shaming LB for liking.
Nah, the way you said it, like you said it on some snarky sitcom shit. Well,
I'm just pointing out that.
What the fuck if I don't change my opinion? Well, Haney Teo ain't no goddamn pay-per-view fight. Well, y'all gonna have Bumgarner and Mikaela Mayer as the damn co-main? Like, the fuck out of here.
Nigga, don't put that shit in the head, nigga. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you today, LB? Right.
I'm just saying, like, I done waited for this moment for damn 7 years, and y'all on some other shit. Like, Bud finally got a big fight. Like, y'all not hear yourselves.
Well, I'm hearing myself, nigga. So I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But with Bud and obviously Bud and Porter, man. Like, yeah, I mean, now how do you actually see this fight going?
This is a great fight, nigga. Shit.
Goes distance. I don't think Porter's going to sleep like everybody on Twitter is saying.
If he goes to sleep, it'll be late and it'll be from a fucking war. But I see a distance fight. I'm looking at Crawford 116, 111. I think he might drop Porter, but it might be 115, 111 actually. But I see Crawford winning this and finally kind of getting that big name, that elite guy on his roster. But Porter has a chance those first 5 rounds. I could either see Crawford getting knocked out or winning a decision in a good fight. And I'm going with a safer outcome, Crawford by unanimous decision, 115, 111. You know, like Lukey said, it's going to be damn a faint battle. You might have shades of Porter or Ugas.
Yeah, and then before you go, Pilot, before you go, so tell us how you think this is going to play out for a result.
Yeah, early's going to be interesting because, Terence Crawford likes to figure out his guys, but it's hard to do that against an aggressive, athletic, strong boxer in Porter. So I'd say, just in a nutshell, it's going to be a fire banger fight. I feel like Bud will pull it out. I think he might be the first man to stop Porter. Really, like round 11, I would say. Really, honestly, I'll probably take the decision, but I want to see him knock him. I want to see him stop. You just kind of prove a point, but I think I'll just say Bud by stoppage in 11.
There we go. That's what it is, man. I know, Pilot. You probably got to jump off soon. So peace, man.
Salute, Pilot.
Don't get stuck in a cloud somewhere.
I'll be back for the sequel in your adventure of Nemo's adventure in Slumberland. Like, because you a sleepy ass dude, but yeah, man, take it easy.
Yeah, and also good morning, Miss 702. I see you on there. Salute. Thank you for joining in and listening. To our conversation.
Salute. Miss 702.
Yeah, and hopefully that you listen on to our other conversations too. We go off.
Yeah, good morning, Queen.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Queen, Mother God.
See moss. Oh man.
You niggas are stupid, yo. AOP, how do you think this fight is gonna play out?
Well, I definitely think it's going the distance. I really think we saw Porter go to sleep. We're not seeing him go to sleep in the actual fight. So, I would say probably 116, 112. I think it's going to be, I don't know if I want to predict the knockdown because it could go either way. Because, I mean, like, outside of the flash knockdown against Spence where his hand touched the canvas, it's like, maybe he'll get one knockdown, but he's been in there rough and tough with a lot of heavy hitters and only really escaped with just one knockdown, really. Two. With the Broner.
Broner dropped the hell out, dude.
Yeah, but that was also a flash knockdown. Like,
I want to say it was a flash.
Let me just touch the glove. Let me just touch the canvas with my glove.
No. He legitimately dropped it, but it was like Porter like got up like, oh, well, you got me. Like you didn't see it coming. So, but I mean, I was talking about in response to the heavy hitters, but I forgot about Broner. So,
I mean, if you spam the damn left hook button, you keep pressing R1 and square long enough, you'll get the shot.
Yeah. Broner
was looking for that punch the whole fucking night.
But Porter is rough and tough, so I mean, I'm not gonna predict a knockdown. If it happens, it happens. But I think they'll both get in their shots. But I'll say 116, 112, but it'll be a really, really good fight. If this is anything, if it doesn't even have to be as good as Spence Porter or Porter Thurman, if it's 70% of those fights, I'll be happy. That's all I'll say.
That's great, man. So for myself, I'm with Pilot. I'm thinking that we are going to see a stoppage. I think Crawford will run Porter into something huge, because one thing Porter does well is he does run into some shots. But I do agree with LB, at least the first 4 or 5 rounds, because Crawford, for as great as he is, this is one of his biggest flaws. He's a slow starter because he likes to download information, and sometimes he gets a little lit up in those couple rounds, or gets outboxed in those rounds. Once Crawford does what he needs to do, he's usually a motherfucker to deal with. I mean, it's very rarely that he's actually hurt after the 5th round like that.
So, all right, go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
No, go ahead, bro. What you gotta say?
I was gonna say, see, my thing about this is because people are so adamant that Porter's gonna get stopped and Bud's gonna be the guy to stop him. But it's like, what does Bud have that the other heavy hitters don't have? Because I don't think Bud is the biggest puncher he's fought. He's definitely not a bigger puncher than Thurman, and Porter took all of Thurman's shots, and
he definitely throws a better left hook than Thurman, who cuffs the left hook.
But that right hand isn't. But that right, that's true. But that right hand is not as good as Thurman's. And he hit him with a lot of right hands. And
that's true as well. But it's like, when the right hook is A+ and your left, when your right hand is A+ and your left hook is A+, you get better results than having an A+ right hand and a B- or C+ left hand.
But you know who has an A+ left hook? Danny Garcia, and he hit Porter many times in that fight.
Yeah, but Danny Garcia's work rate is like D+.
But he still hit him plenty of times with that left hook. And Bud took it, and
one time out of every 5 rounds. I mean, okay.
And Porter and lastly, it's not like Bud has an insane work rate. He doesn't have maybe if you want to say he hits harder punch for punch than Spence, okay, but he doesn't have Spence's work rate. Spence throws like 700-800 punches a fight. Bud usually is around 400-500 punches. Him and Thurman have like the same punch output. So if he's not a better puncher than Thurman, and they basically have like the same punch output, I don't see Bud stopping him.
Temperament is temper. So okay, when you compare it like that, temperament is the damn the thing that really drives that over the edge. Crawford fights like he wants to knock you the fuck out. He's a mean guy. Thurman, it's one-time KOs for life, and he'll try it, but then he'll analyze or he'll download the situation and be like, you know what, it's best if I just get my run time on instead of one time on.
Right.
And I'm a Thurman fan. I'm just Thurman's a guy. Thurman boxes smart. He's not gonna fucking go to war with you if he could damn prevent that shit.
Yeah, no, but he couldn't prevent it. But Porter made him go to war with him for 12 rounds. And
yeah, but no one made Thurman stop throwing a fucking jab either.
Right.
So it's like the instinct for him to move his feet kicked in, but if you're gonna move, then move with a jab. And a lot of guys who like to move around, they fall into that. They don't do both. They don't fucking just move with the jab. They either will keep jabbing and not move when they're supposed to do, or they'll just fucking just keep moving and no jab on some Laura shit, basically.
Right, basics.
And Thurman, he just took it a step further, and he just said, you know what, I'm gonna just run you into big shots while moving. And which is, shout out to Acelino Freitas, which is, he made a career damn running around the ring and hitting you with a damn, a big right hand you run into. But
right, exactly.
That's all it is, really.
And even to a smaller extent, even that's what Brook did in when he beat him. Like, I mean, that's why I said small extent, because it wasn't the most entertaining thing to watch.
He didn't run into it. He wrestled Porter. Like, Porter finally got a guy who said, you know what, fuck it, I'm the bigger, stronger guy in here. And Porter really couldn't do anything off those clinches. And then Brook had enough boxing IQ to where he had turned Porter, and then he'll send out a couple shots. Yep. Grapple Porter, manhandle him a little, and then reset and do the same thing.
And then mix in a right hand, which he stunned Porter with a good amount of times with. So
I don't know about good amount of times. I remember it once.
I
forget. Like, you love that fight. That's like your damn that's your Morales Barrera fight.
Like I said, it's the only fight I ever saw Porter beaten in the way I thought he should be beaten with his style. That's why it's not Spence, it's not Thurman for damn sure.
I honestly think Thurman beat him like with the least amount of trouble. I just feel like Thurman, if he would have jabbed more with his movement, he would have really kind of halted
the thing is that I can't,
Porter's progression.
Because I was there. There were times before where Thurman was just absolutely getting lit up by Porter's pressure. Like, dude, it wasn't like, I didn't feel that way with Brook. Thurman and especially Spence, like they had,
because Brook took it out and made it a whole different fight. Like, Brook made a fight that no one wants to watch again. Like, I remember you remember the whole scene on YouTube when that fight happened. You had a lot of UK channels was shitting on Brook's performance. You had some guys thinking that shit was a draw. Like, it was not a good performance to where you hang your hat up on it and say like, yeah, I beat that guy good. Like, fuck out of here. Like, yeah, you won a rough, ugly ass fight where, we thought, you would fall into the whole let me fight down to my opponent Carson Jones level type shit.
And he did. He came with a whole different strategy, but like I said,
yeah, and it worked. I just felt like if he was a better fighter, he would have made it look better.
And that's why I'm looking for someone to improve upon that victory, and I actually think Crawford can do it. Now, in terms of his power, I mean, Crawford, like as mentioned before, Crawford has knocked out everyone he's fought at welterweight right now. Even perennial fucking weight bully, fucking Jeff Horn and shit, like who likes to
Jeff Horn,
who likes to who's like
Jeff Horn, the great Jeff Horn.
Oh man.
The guy
who's the other killers?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I don't see that from Porter. Like Porter's only high level welterweight knockout is Paulie, and although he blew away Paulie like it was nobody's business, and after that it's just Berto who's just struggling. After that that's really about it. Eric Bonet, that's why I'm thinking like it's the guy with the temperament of a puncher that will eventually catch him. Now if Porter does, and that's why I say I think he'll probably stop Porter by 11. I think just same as Pilot, but yeah, I mean if it's gonna end in a knockout, it's gonna be more on Crawford putting away Porter rather than the other way around. To me, I can't see Porter stopping Crawford. I can see him outworking Crawford, but that's pretty much about it. But I think Crawford is just a little bit too much of a complete fighter for Porter, and Porter will, it will be a competitive fight, but I think, he will put away Porter by 11.
And okay, what if he doesn't? Did he get the same respect?
Well, then I'm gonna think that all the welterweights are on the same fucking level. That's pretty much what I'm gonna think.
Which has been the case far too long.
Yeah, because like I said, welterweight has had no separation, and every single time we get close to trying to get some separation, some shit happens, like car accidents and detached retinas.
To answer Henny Godslick question, that was a Pacquiao fight. Yeah, I know that seemed like forever ago.
Yeah. Keith is gonna be another topic of a podcast because we've realized what the fuck he's doing. Like. You can't. I mean, he clearly earned a lot of money in that fight to be out for that long. But it's like, come on, guy. Like, he used to be one of the hungriest.
He said he's fighting in January, most likely. So we'll see.
But is he training now, though?
Been in the gym, nigga, since January of this year. Like,
man, a lot of niggas say they be in the gym. I've been some niggas just be in the gym. You know what I mean?
I've seen, like, he's been in the gym. He's like every day. It's like no fight contract. Like, he's been sitting in there waiting for a big fight. Like, nigga, get the fuck. Like, he could have been fought like twice already. Like, get the fuck out there.
But the problem is Thurman. Like I said, because before the Thurman that used to go into fucking Paulie Malignaggi's fight conferences and shit. One of his shot at his belt and everything. That nigga is long gone. That nigga got money. He be eating food. He has an Indian wife. He has his wooden kazoo. That nigga's content.
He got a kid now. So,
like he ain't one time. Like he ain't that nigga in the Soto Karass fight where that nigga was just vicious and telling niggas what. After he put the nigga away, like that nigga's civilized now.
That Thurman was like, that was peak Thurman. Like, man, like. That was a warrior Thurman. Like that Thurman died pretty much after he unified those belts. After he unified two of those belts, like Thurman, and I like Thurman. I think highly of him, but dude's career trajectory is kind of gone off rails a little bit, and I don't even know if he'll ever be a regular fighting like on a regular schedule ever again. But hey, one can hope. Yeah, conscious Pilot. Don't duck me, Thun. Oh shit, he had the lisp and everything.
Porter, Crawford, man. So 2 of us with the knockouts, 2 of us with decisions. All of us think that Crawford is going to win, which is good. Like I said, what I'm just hoping for is just a good fight. Like, I don't want to hear no bullshit, and hopefully Porter doesn't lead with his head, doesn't cut no one over the eye or any of that bullshit. I don't want to hear no bullshit.
Let's get a headbutt-free fight, and let's get a fight without the referee trying to be all in the videos, ad-libbing on the song.
Oh, shit. Oh, nigga, man. Yes. How's the time, Jesse?
Yeah, Grease.
So y'all want to get into the Andre preview then? And
yes, we do. Yeah, that's a good segue because
we all straight on Crawford Porter, right? Two decisions, 2 knockouts.
Yeah, we got all of us Crawford. All of us think Crawford's gonna win. But yeah.
Damn, no Porter upset pick. Like I'm disappointed in y'all.
No, nigga, sir, not me.
You know me. I was never gonna pick Porter. You know me.
I know y'all was probably looking at me like I was gonna pick Porter, but nah.
No, I mean I know you
thought about it though.
Yeah, so I mean it's all good. Like we're gonna get a good fight, and I'm just hoping for a last minute throw it in the theaters type of thing. Else I'll figure it out. But I'll watch it. I usually do. But yeah, let's get.